Hi, welcome to another video. Looking at another used van, but this time I'm looking at one that's only literally coming up for 2 years in age, and that is a Bailey Pegasus Ancona from 2022, and this is the 5 berth. Now, I did a review on these when they came out a year or two ago, and the review wasn't all that brilliant. When I say that, the sound and everything wasn't fantastic. I had made a bit of a problem with the camera. I'd only just got the camera, I wasn't used to it, I hadn't got it set up proper. So this is a second hand one, and as I would think at that age it should be pretty much like new inside. Now, I like this layout, to be quite honest, and they've got this up at just 25,499, and again, I'm just having a look around it. It looks absolutely in perfect order. GRP side, so we're not going to see any dents. Don't forget, of course, gas lockers on Bailey's are on the side and not on the front. Tyres, of course, are all okay. I'm just going to have a quick look round because we're not going to get too involved in doing a full study. Someone stuck something on there, I don't know what's been on there, but everything looks alright. It's not obviously been damaged in any way, and yeah, well, let's go inside. Getting out that wind. Okay, so we're on 8 foot wide, and this is a layout which is sort of similar to the old double dinette layout of sort of like my Bailey, my Ranger 500 GT60 505, but with a different slant. Now, when I looked at this back in 2022, I did quite like this, and I love this back end, to be quite honest. Could have done with a bigger window. Again, I'm a bit of a thing about windows, but you got a good big side window here too. But anyway, we're not going to do it as a new review, obviously, because this van is a couple of years old. We're going to see if it's been used properly or it's been given a bit of stick. Creaky floors again. What is it with me and creaky floors? Anyway, let's start off here at the lounge. Well, the seating is in perfect order, as you'd expect. There's no stains or anything like that, no signs of really bad family life. Again, checking things like the pleated screens, things like the cupboards here, because these hinges here aren't the best, and they, you know, I've seen some Taurus on a Swift actually it was, and the hinges actually come away, so somebody yanked it round. Anyway, you got the radio in there. And you've got this big, the usual big Bailey front window, and LED lights around the hikey roof vent, of course. And as I say, the seating does look in good order. As I say, I'd expect it to do. I did like these lockers. I think they look quite smart. Again, plenty of storage, and more storage here too. Plus your wardrobe with drawers beneath. Now, this to me feels like an 8 foot wide van. It does feel very, very big. Some 8 foot wides don't, for some reason. They feel more sort of closed in. Anyway, everything seems to be in order. Don't forget on Bailey's as well, I think from, I can't remember what year it was from the top of my head, a couple of years ago, they started putting the battery in the actual floor. A bit like motorhomes. Now, some people might say, well, that's great, you know, you don't have to mess about going outside, but lifting that battery up out for the floor could be a bit of a back cringe. Anyway, let's have a look at this kitchen. Right, well, this is a humongous kitchen. The Pegasus Grande, yes, he did have a big kitchen, and massive big sink. That looks like the one that we found in the an old Sterling Ettles, actually, so that sink's been around a long time. Bailey didn't put a glass top on as such on there. Well, they, you know, obviously it does come with a glass top, but they put this, they rely on that, they put this on as an extra precaution. That's good because you can drop anything on there, it's not going to break, is it, underneath. Dual fuel hob, of course, full oven, plug sockets, and also it's a Truma heating system, so keep this nice and cosy and warm. Again, good sized lockers. Now what I've noticed, and I looked at an old Pegasus down the bottom end there before, a 2010 model, and this GLP has started to go yellow inside, and I just noticed then that maybe not, maybe it's just my imagination or the light, whether that's going the same way. Bailey, I think, needs to move on from that gloss GLP. I think it looks very dated, but anyway, we're not here to discuss that. We're just about the condition. Condition wise, so far it looks pretty good. Again, more storage there. Let's look at this again to see if I never looked at the hob properly, did I? That looks alright. The electric hob's supposed to have been used once or twice. Oops, right down. What is it with me and lids and slamming things down? Dometic fridge freezer. So big enough for a family, of course. Two main sockets again down here, so plenty of main sockets. Your control panel, some shelving here that's lipped too, and the microwave, which is a Dometic. Again, this sort of thing to me, you know, if you were a new Caravan, you know, you're looking caravans for, you'd think somebody would put that in themselves, but that's how it came. But there's been the worktops are fine. There's been nobody's dropped anything and gone through the skin or anything like that. It's all absolutely perfectly fine. Two blown air outlets down by the lounge area, which I did forget to mention. But let's go and have a quick look at the washroom while we're at it, this side washroom. But loads of space. This van is ideal for a family of 4 to 5. So, in the side bathroom, now I know side bathrooms normally don't have much room, and this is probably the same, because you've got enough space here to nip to the loo, etc., and wash your hands. The storage up here, and a mirror, and a roof vent. There's no window in here, but you do get a very good sized roof vent in the shower cubicule itself, which is big, and got bifolding doors on there, and also the eco shower head. And that's fine, because you're on a site where you have got few facilities and you've got kids. That is absolutely perfect for showering them. Again, it looks in all good order. Doesn't look like it's been knocked about. Electric set to loo, of course. And again, it's looking really good. It's ticking all the right boxes. That this van is looking good for the money. So let's go and have a look at the rear end. Well, this rear end, it was as I said before when I came in, is a bit of a favourite of mine. I think they've done a super job at the back here, actually. Again, kids will have been at this back end more. Look for stains on the cushions, also on the scatter cushions too. Also check the partition when it's especially like these, because they do get pulled around by kids at times. Access lockers beneath, and you've got this great sideboard where you can put the telly here too, and you've got lots of drawer storage, so this is really great for the children at the back end here. Main socket, and a nice little corner storage unit too. Again, the seats don't look bad at all. I've not sat on them yet, but they really do look okay. Of course, this van is only a couple of years old, and you would expect it to be looking pretty much like new. It's lost its new smell. It's not a bad smell it's got in here now, you know, it's just a generally used smell. And again, you can put a swivel table down here at the bottom end too. So this is great for the kids down here. Lots of space. And again, while we're at it, we'll just have a quick look at these, because again, kids, you know, up and down, playing around. And again, they seem okay. A bunk goes up here to make the 5th berth. If it's like ours in our van, ours has never been used. We've never used it as a 5 berth at all. LED spot lamps up here. It's looking really, really good. As a family van, this would be a good van. You could even have this on a seasonal pitch, to be quite honest. But it's a very spacious tourer. And I am a bit favoured on this layout. But I mean, I think you'd agree, for the money, it's pretty lot of Caravan for the money. So let's have a quick summary, what I think altogether. Well, sat here in the lounge and the seating feels okay. This makes into a big double bed, of course, which is done by slats, which pulls out from the bottom of the chest of drawers here. But it really does look like it's been cared for. It's such a big airy van. So if I was sort of like a family and we were looking for something big, spacious, but not on a twin axle, we wanted 8 foot wide. Okay, sometimes we're going to tour with it, sometimes we're going to leave it on seasonal pitch, and you want plenty of storage and a place where the kids can be left alone at the back end and plenty of room. This would tick the boxes. The condition as well is good. I can't see anybody really faulting it at all. It's been well looked after and everything feels just as it should do. It's really been sort of looked after, I would say. Definitely not been given any hard times at all by a family. It would also actually make a great couples van, because you could make that bed up at the bottom end and you could leave it up as a double bed. It's pretty much like me and Mrs J did with the Ranger, because it's ideal for that. And when you want, if company turn up, then you can always convert that back to seating again. But you've also got the beauty of keeping it left up as a fixed bed and close it off. And that'd be a decent sized fixed bed on that double bed when you made it up. So, on that score, I reckon overall, for the money, it's in pretty lot of tourer for the cash, and it is in good order too. Obviously things like warranties are with it, and you start thinking, well, hang on, I was looked at an eldest Tempest, Crusader Tempest, which was a little bit cheaper but several years older. That's got fixed bunks and a decent sized washroom in. You've got a family that's got heavy duty corner steadies on, and you start to think, well, what would I go for? It's a twin axle, that one. If I'm going to do seasonal pitching, is that going to be the best bet? Because there's not much to do. But this is newer. So, it's just 5 years newer. So it makes this Bailey look really good value for money. And you also get a lot of tourer for it as well. And the spec, okay, it's not got Aldi heating, but does that really matter? It's got the combi, the latest Truma heating system, which is instant heat. You don't have to wait for it to warm up. And it just gets on with it. You can adjust it, thermostat it, and it's brilliant. It works a treat. This also comes with a radio. It also comes with a status TV aerial on there. It's really a decent spec tourer. I don't think you could want more for it, to be quite honest. So if you've got that sort of money to spend, it would be down to you whether you thought the eldest was the best spec or the Bailey. If it's a newer van, the Bailey definitely ticks all the boxes. If it's also a decent spec van, the Bailey ticks the boxes. But we're not here to compare them. I'm just sort of trying to say it in the review. Anyway, I shall love you and leave you, and shall see you on the next video, and please keep watching, and I do hope you keep enjoying the channel and like what we do, or should I say what I do, because it's me, isn't it? I'm doing it all. So just to quickly say is that the channel is 5 years old this month. It's been running 5 years, and thank you for everybody that's been supporting it all those years along. And there's been some real hardy people out there who've actually watched some of the first videos, which weren't the best, I'll admit, but we've learnt, hopefully, and we've gone along from there on. So consequently, thank you, and let's hope we can carry on cracking on with more videos. There's plenty to do, plenty of ideas, so no problem there. In the meantime, I think I'm going to get something to eat. It's 4 o'clock. I've not had lunch. My last meal was this morning, and that was just porridge. I've been literally busy at it. I've been here since 11 at Red Lion Caravans, and I have never really stopped. They've given me a couple of cups of tea, but that's been it. So I've had to make the best of it down here today because the weather was a bit dodgy, but now it's turned out nice. Anyway, I'll see you on the next video, and thank you very much for watching as normal.